Well, good day and welcome to episode 2 of The Driving Force, a production of the Louisiana Transportation Research Center. My name is Todd Blunt and I'm joined today by my co-host, Garrett Wheat. Hey, Garrett.
Hello.
We are so excited that you've chosen to come along for this journey. We're aiming to highlight what and who is driving change in Louisiana transportation. For the past 38 years, LTRC has merged the resources of state government and Louisiana's great universities to identify, develop, and implement new technology to enhance the transportation system of our great state and beyond. Garrett, I'd love for our listeners to get to know us a little bit better along the way. So give us a quick snapshot of what you do here at LTRC to contribute to our mission.
Yeah, sure. So as you mentioned, LTRC, we are broken up into a few different training sections. And previously, when I first started, I was teaching the leadership development courses. And within the last few years, I've transitioned to a new role where my main job is working on a competency model where we look at training initiatives across the state and try to find knowledge gaps that may exist on where training needs to be created, purchased, or modified to fit what people are doing in DOTD. I work on a lot of other special projects. We have some conferences we do. There's some national initiatives and committees that I sit on, just trying to help further the workforce and the development of training in Louisiana.
Awesome. How many years have you been at LTRC now?
Just made 10.
And you're so young still.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Thanks, Garrett. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by Stacey Wilton. She is LTRC's Education Outreach Manager, and we're going to dive into 2 exciting programs designed to engage the next generation of transportation engineers. We'll be right back. And we're back. As the technology transfer and training arm of Louisiana's DOTD, LTRC not only wants to train our current transportation workforce, but also engage the transportation officials of the future. And so with that goal in mind, we've invited Stacey Wilton, our awesome Education Outreach Program Manager, to tell us a little bit more about 2 fantastic ongoing programs that are providing opportunities and experience to rising young engineers. Welcome to the podcast, Stacey.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. Why don't you start by giving us an overview of the 2 programs that you oversee? These both engage with young engineers across Louisiana. What are they called? Who do they target? And how are they different and complementary to one another?
All right. Well, I'll start with the first program I manage. It's the DOTD Co-op program. This is a student employment program which allows our juniors and senior engineering students to work alongside with a PE or professional engineer to gain valuable hands-on learning experiences that connects their academia to real-world concepts. DOTD partners with 6 universities across our state. Those include LSU, Southern, UNO, UL, Louisiana Tech, and McNeese. Students must be in good standing with their university in order to participate. They must be enrolled full-time unless it's their graduating semester and have a 2.5 GPA. We allow students to work up to 20 hours a week when they are enrolled in classes to get that valuable experience again with that professional engineer to mentor them. The second program is for our postgraduate students. ERDP, which stands for Engineering Resource Development Program, targets our recent college graduates in the field of engineering. ERDP gives new engineers an invaluable introduction to the DOTD employment, and this program is designed to offer entry-level engineers an opportunity to experience several engineering functional areas within a department and provides a comprehensive view of the department and its objectives prior to their placement. So within our 32-week rotational program, new hires spend 1 to 3 weeks in multiple engineering and operational sections. Rotations include planning, public works, research, design, maintenance, and also a district rotation. So to be employed into ERDP, the employee must have successfully passed the Fundamentals of Engineering exam, or the FE, and hold an active FE certification.
Awesome. That sounds pretty cool. Glad to see there's 2 really good programs going on. Focusing in a little bit on the co-op students, Could you highlight some kind of work that they're doing? Like, what are some practical ways they're contributing as undergraduates through DOTD, since they can't do too much without the license that you mentioned?
You would be surprised what our co-op students can actually do. So our co-op students are in several different placements. They're at headquarters and within the districts in design, construction, and labs. So they are with their mentors daily, again, those professional engineers who are employees, completing a variety of tasks. They're not going to file files and get coffee. They are actually doing engineering work. And some of the examples that our students are actually doing, they plan and read the specifications book, and they get trained on that. They support our survey crews with field work and data collection. They are conducting site inspections to oversee paving, milling, pile driving, and deck pours.
Wow.
They review multiple sets of design plans and permits. They have tested and sampled materials on both on-sites and in labs. They can calculate quantities in drafting. They use Global Mapper, ASHTO, En-ROADS, and MicroStation. They have prepared crash database queries. They make plan sheets and summary tables and develop cost estimates. So they are very involved and hands-on in our program.
Wow, sounds like it.
It's pretty cool. I know I got to be a part of the co-op presentations at the end of last semester and get a snapshot. And it is amazing as undergraduates how much they're able to really get hands-on with projects of all kinds. I mean, I think you did a great job of sort of showing us the depth and the breadth of how they're able to be involved in what we do here. That's invaluable.
And it's twofold, right? So they're in class and they take what they learn in class and bring it to the department. But depending where their placement is and where it falls with their classwork, sometimes they take what they learn for us and it helps them better understand the concepts that they're studying in their coursework as well.
Very cool. So it cuts both ways.
Yes.
Moving over to the ERDP, the Engineering Resource Development Program. One thing that we often highlight is that this program serves as a catalyst, or can serve as a catalyst, for long-term employment within the department. So can you give us a snapshot and maybe a story or two about how the program can pave the way for these broader career opportunities?
Okay, so as I mentioned, ERDP is a rotational program. The civil engineering field, as I have learned, is so vast, and there are so many different directions and career paths to choose from. So we offer ERDP as a way for our young upcoming engineers to find their niche. As a young engineer rotating through the different sections, they not only get a snapshot of what type of work a section does, what a typical day looks like for that section, but most importantly, they get to meet and interact with their potential new coworkers. This is a great networking experience because even after they rotate, they have those connections with others to continue to build upon those relationships. We often hear from many of our rotating interns that their coursework, again, they might have loved a class that they were in college, and then when you get to do the field work for it, it's not exactly what you expected. And it also is vice versa. You might have hated that class in college, but now that you're doing the work and hands-on, it's more relatable and it's something you really do enjoy. So by having that opportunity to rotate and see all the different sections, that really becomes valuable experience for them. When you find the right group of colleagues, you've talked about maintaining those long-term employees. When you find that right group of colleagues and the work that you enjoy doing, a lot of times you get that happier employee, so they maintain that retention factor in the long run. A majority of our ERDP participants find their permanent position through the rotational program and stay for many years to come.
Well, that's awesome. We've seen here at LTRC even what it can do for some of our coworkers that have been through the rotation. So that's really exciting. Hopefully it's exciting initiatives for our listeners as well. So thank you for sharing. I think we can all agree investing intentionally in the future of Louisiana and our transportation workforce is pretty crucial. I mentioned that's something I'm involved in, is investing in our workforce. So if someone out there might think they might be curious, or if they know someone, or if they have some kids in school, might want to look into joining the co-op or ERDP, what would be the best way for them to get started in that?
First and foremost, contact me. Email is always best to shoot me a direct message. My email is stacey.wilton at la.gov. And I'm also on LinkedIn, Handshake, a lot of that for co-op. We do post both positions on Handshake. You can find us there. And then for ERDP specifically, if you're going to follow through the process and fully apply, you can find that position posted on the state civil service website. So, but again, if you can't find something or need more information, go ahead and send me the email and we can start both of those processes for you.
Awesome.
And Stacey, you get around to campuses across the state pretty frequently as well.
Yes, I do. We do recruit. Like I said, at those 6 universities, we attend the fall and spring career fairs throughout the season to make sure we're getting that face-to-face experience to meet the students and let them know what we have to offer.
And real quick, just in case somebody's curious, can you specify why it's only those 6 colleges?
Yes, because those are the ones with the accredited engineering programs.
All right, Stacey, this is going to be the hardest part of the podcast.
No.
Before you go, we want to have a little bit of fun with you, let our listeners get to know you a little bit better. So Garrett has a few final lightning round questions. I'm going to put you in the hot seat here. Let's have a little fun. Garrett?
Yeah, so first question, if you could eat any meal every day for the rest of your life, what would it be?
That is a close toss-up. However, I'm going to pull a Garrett Wheat here, and I'm going to have to say pizza!
I can agree.
Okay, all right. So follow-up question to that. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
I'm not going to try it. I don't
Okay,
no
all right.
preference.
All right.
That's fair.
I'm not even going to try it.
Fair enough.
My answer, if they're curious, is yes, pineapple goes
I
on.
like pineapple on pizza.
If you don't like it, that's fine, but you can't say what someone else doesn't like.
Correct.
And my saying with pizza is there's no such thing as bad pizza. There's only
better
pizza that's
pizza.
better than other pizza.
Yeah. Okay, I can go for that.
Fair
for
enough.
sure.
All right, second question. What is well, let me preface this. As someone who has kids,
Yes.
we talk about this pretty frequently. What is the best or worst children's TV show available today and where to find it or not find it?
Hands down, Bluey, of course. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Bluey! Yeah, Disney Plus all the way.
Okay.
Sign me up.
I think I can agree with that one too.
I have 3 teenagers, and we watch Bluey sometimes, so no shame.
Yeah, there's some adult, not like bad adult, like good adult
Right.
themes
Yeah.
in that show
Yeah,
too.
I agree.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Granny Mobile,
Oh,
top episode.
Okay.
Top episode.
All right, we'll check it
I've
out.
seen it too many times. Yeah. All right, last question. If you could switch jobs for a day with anyone at LTRC, who would it be and why?
Oh man, that's a real thinker. I'm gonna go with one of you, because then I could play in here and do podcasts with everyone and have a good time. How's that sound?
I thought you might have went with like Chris.
Well, everybody chooses
Everybody
Chris.
chooses
Actually,
Chris.
on a real scale, my old teaching self would probably say Jenny G, because of her getting to design the, postings and social media and just the design factor and getting creative. She's got a pretty creative job. I like it. Or at least from what I understand, she does.
Yes, she does.
She does.
I have the boring job. She has the fun job. All right. Well, thanks again, Stacey, for joining us as our guest here today. We're so excited to continue highlighting the projects and the amazing people that are working here at LTRC. So we're going to step away for just a minute before we wrap things up. Well, that's all we have for you today on episode 2 of The Driving Force, a production of the Louisiana Transportation Research Center. You can learn more about the projects and people of LTRC by visiting us online at ltrc.lsu.edu or on social media through Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Our publications team is highlighting so much great content on each of these platforms. A great way to keep in touch on the kind of opportunities we talked about today with Stacey and everything else happening here at LTRC. Next time, we're going to learn more about our outreach initiatives to local government officials across Louisiana through our Local Technical Assistance Program, or what we call LTAP. Until then, we are your hosts, Garrett Wheat and Todd Blunt, and we thank you so much again for joining us today. Drive safely out there.